Well, it seems like this last year went by really fast, and so has this preseason. Our team has been working really hard. Sitting here today, very different than last year. Last year, I think we talked a ton about our youth and how we didn't have a lot of minutes per game returning. And to be honest with you, this year is probably the most minutes per game that we've had returning. We lost two very valuable seniors in the last class, and Akayla Hayes and Ryan Johnson. Both were great defenders for us, but we've really put an high emphasis this summer and this preseason on increasing our scoring and putting ourselves in a better position to have more points per game, make the fans a little bit more excited to come and watch us. But we're really excited about what we have. We're excited about our schedule. Our non-conference schedule is loaded with a lot of really talented teams, so we should be definitely tested coming into the Horizon League in late December, early January. And I know the league is going to be strong, but I think we're ready to compete. I think our biggest identity is actually our chemistry. This is probably the closest team that I've ever coached, even in my 17 years, not even just here at Milwaukee. The team has just really bought into one another, and it shows in the way that they celebrate each other on the court. Nobody really cares who gets the glory. And it also shows just in how we move the basketball. Our assists right now are at an all-time high in practices. Sometimes I'm actually having to tell some of our better players to shoot the ball a little bit more because they're being a little too unselfish. I need them to be a little bit more selfish. But we're really playing for each other and not necessarily for the individual glory. So to be honest with you, I think that's going to be a huge identity for us. I think our energy is going to show a lot this season from start to finish.
Well, I think, like Coach said, we only lost two seniors last year, and they were very valuable players to us. But having everyone who's been playing now, like we've been playing for 1 or more years together, so I think that just helps. Having the time and just having that experience with each other helps us grow closer. And just we are all pretty similar, like in our personalities, and we do have like differences that help kind of bring us together in different ways. But it just being so like close to each other at this point really helps us on the court and have great chemistry. Yeah, it really helps knowing a little bit what to expect and have a little bit more confidence because it was a big transition going from high school to college, obviously. And I think I'm really excited for the season, just now having a full year under my belt, and I have great coaches and teammates supporting me, so I'm really excited.
Yeah, well, I think to start off, Bree Sierra has really come on strong. Last year she was probably our best guard defender. We always tasked her with guarding the best player on the other team, but she really wasn't looking to score. And it wasn't until our Horizon League tournament game at Youngstown State where she actually started looking for her shot. Took her an entire season to figure that out. But she hasn't turned back since that game. She's actually our most productive scorer right now on the court, and she's constantly looking to get what we call 2 feet in, get 2 feet into that paint. And we really need that because our free throw numbers went down considerably last year, and she's taken a lot of pride in that. So her minutes are going to significantly increase. And then Sydney Staver has really come on strong for us. She's gotten herself into really great shape. She's stepping more into a leadership role than we've ever seen her, and she just has a knack for scoring. And it's something that we really desperately need is some scoring from those wing, we call them hybrid positions, those wing 3-4 spots. And those two have really stepped up to the challenge, so I'm excited to see the combo of those two working together a lot this year. Yeah, she is one that we're still, when I was talking about needing players to understand their roles, yesterday at practice we actually had a little fun with her because she passed up a couple shots and I looked at the whole team and I was like, what does Sydney do for us? And everybody goes, scores. So we're trying to build her confidence up just so that she can be that player consistently day in and day out. We're really competitive in that 3-4 spot. We've got a lot of talent there and a lot of returners. You got Brandy Bisping, Megan Wallstead, Lizzie Odegaard, and even our 6'3 redshirt who's coming. He'll be our 6'3 redshirt freshman for us, Emma Whitmerhouse. And so losing Akayla and losing Ryan really hurt, but that's actually the position that we've probably developed the most here in the last 10 months. That's actually the goal for us this year is to be able to go a little bit deeper. We really have, I think, a lot of people that have stepped up as of late, and we have shooters that are hitting shots. We've got people who are putting the ball on the floor, and so every day we walk in as a coaching staff and we try to pick our top 7, and really that top 7 has changed. There's been 3 or 4 that have stayed relatively the same, but then the other ones have really shifted quite a bit, and so it's really neat to see that everybody's competing and everybody wants time. We want to push the pace a little bit faster this year because of how good of shape we're in. We're even going to try to press a little bit more than we ever have, try to cause a little bit more on the turnover side. And with that, you need more depth. And so I wouldn't be going into that mentality with our team if I didn't feel like we were a little bit deeper this year. And I think our team is excited about that and ready for that. You know, it's been interesting because we haven't had actually seen our entire team together yet because we've had a lot of minor injuries, and then you also have Michaela who plays soccer. So, you know, Michaela, who's our starting point guard, has been the last 2 seasons, is rarely at practice because she's working on winning another soccer championship, which we're very excited about. But when she steps on the court with our team, because we get her sometimes 1 time, maybe 2 times a week, the whole level of play just changes. And so that's a neat addition to see as well when she finally can come to practice. We have a few that might limit us at the beginning of the season, but we're hoping by the time we hit conference that we're full strength.
I think it's a great challenge for us, and it's going to help us prepare for our conference. And I think that we have really high expectations, and we're hoping that we'll get some good wins in there. And I think our chemistry on the court and the work that we've been putting in is really going to show off on the court. I mean, we really have to have a strong mindset going to that because obviously road games are a little bit different and more challenging, and especially at those like Big Ten schools. But I think if we just stick together and, you know, we're supporting each other and we just have to, you know, play well on the court together and keep going and keep pushing through.